Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are with TKM Productions, the K and the M, Tom Milligan and Deb Kennedy. Nice to see you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kind of the house company these days at the great performance space in the Amanas.
A little bit, trying to provide a little bit of everything for everybody.
But a little bit of a different event coming up than what you've produced. Mainly what you've done is produced plays and things like that, because that's kind of your background.
Right.
But you're bringing in our great friend of the station, Rod Pierson, and his big band with Craig Boche for an upcoming show.
Yes.
How did that come about?
I had reached out to Rod Pierson many moons ago. Okay, I guess it wasn't many moons, but about at least a year ago, just wanting to know how we could get Rod Pierson's big band and Craig Boche to the Amana Performing Arts Center. I grew up as a band kid, did all things band in high school, and also took sax lessons from Rod Pierson 100 years ago. So it's kind of, since we have been producing things at the Amana Performing Arts Center, it's kind of always been on my radar to say, wouldn't it be cool if we could get this really awesome thing into this space?
And there we are.
Okay.
That's how those happen.
So we'll say this again at the close of the interview, but when will it be?
So it is October 7th at 7 p.m.
What is the difference, Tom? You're the tech director for all of these shows. What's the difference in setting things up for a musical act as opposed to a theater production?
Well, it's a little different in the fact that it's dealing with the Amana Performing Arts Center at this point in time. It's a little technically challenging. They're working on improving the sound and the lighting that's there from the previous tenant. So the difference is that with a theatrical production, we provide the stage, we provide the set, the props, everything. With this particular, and the ones we've done in the past, we're just, here's the space. So we let them fill it and then kind of build around that. We do as much lighting as we can, and hopefully they're bringing in all their sound. And we hosted Funk Daddies on the patio earlier this year. We had a great show with that. And part of what we're trying to do there is work with the Amana Performing Arts Center and the Amana Society, who still owns the building, to provide this kind of variety of entertainment. So hopefully all of the upgrading on the building will lead to more events just like this. So it's a little bit different. We're just providing a different source and a variety of things for the Amana colonies, and people are enjoying it.
Off the air, you said you've also got a pretty big contingent coming in on a bus from out of town.
We do. Deb had a group contact her a while back, and you tell them about the group that's coming in?
Yeah, so I was contacted by a woman from Wisconsin, and she coordinates group events and does all kinds of outings, and she had mentioned that they were going to come to the Amana colonies, and did we have anything at the Amana Performing Arts Center? And at that time, nothing had been confirmed. We had just been, kind of throwing ideas around. And at that point, I thought, maybe this is when we can have Rod Pierson's big band come in and play. And so I checked with the band and to see if it was a good date for them, and it all worked. And so, so we have a bus tour coming in to see Rod Pierson's big band from Wisconsin, but we also have some pretty good ticket sales going on as well.
Well, nice to expose other people to the great music that we have. It's of course, we work, with a lot of big bands, Rod's big band, student big bands, high school, college, community big bands, all up and down the spectrum. What is it about big band music that it's just timeless?
It's timeless. I mean, I grew up with all of that. So that kind of music is, I think, just really into my hardwiring anyway. I just love it. It is, and for Rod Pierson's big band with Craig Boche, I mean, it's very much Rat Pack style. So you have that, nostalgic feel. It's just great classic music that I don't think is ever going to go away, and I'm really glad that it won't.
Well, and the sound is so powerful when it's live. When you're sitting there listening to it as opposed to listening on the radio or in your car, just the power coming off of a big band is just a little overwhelming, and it's immersive in the experience, and that's what we're trying to do.
And we don't have the opportunity to see bands like
Right.
this
No.
as much as in the past. A little inside baseball here, and I know this from talking to Rodney over the years. You know, a big band is a lot of mouths to feed. And
Yeah.
honestly, many venue operators don't care to pay what it costs to put a
Right.
big band on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first off, kudos to you all
Thank you.
for taking that leap.
Yeah.
But it is, you know, if you enjoy the music, the big bands, and Rod Pierson's big band in particular, this is, you know, not a rare occurrence, but it's you know, it's an opportunity we don't get every week.
Well, and I will say, you know, yeah, I mean, there is that risk of the financial obligation, but for me, it's 100% worth it because it is a class act show with the best musicians all across the state.
Yeah, well, I was talking to Rodney a few weeks ago, and he was kind of talking about who he was, you know, about, you know, out of his ever-changing cast of characters, you know, who is going to be available for this, who is going to be able to come in. Because he brings musicians. He's got, I know that, you know, he's, you know, I think that his drummer, Brian, he usually uses, comes out of the Quad Cities, Mike McMahon on trombone, also, you know, the band members travel.
Right.
Some of them travel a pretty fair distance
Yeah.
to be able to play in this band.
Yeah.
But that's a nice, you know, we're bringing this to the other side for us is that it's an example of something we're trying to do in Amana. Is so this group that's coming in on the bus is going to spend their day in Amana. They're going to have lunch. They're going to do their other activities. But overall, that's what TKM's idea is and picture is here is to bring in people to have that Amana experience, different experiences, which is where the big band falls right in line with that.
Well, speaking of experiences, I'm sure you're planning, you know, upcoming shows. What's on the what's on the agenda for the months to come?
Well,
We have a number of things coming up for the remainder of 2023. So yeah, we got a kind of a full schedule. So starting October 7th, we have Rod Pierson's Big Band at 7 o'clock p.m. Then November 3rd through 5th, we have Girls Weekend. That is an original new comedy by Des Moines playwright Karen Schaefer, who is also good friends with
friend of
Tom
mine,
here.
Max Schaefer.
And
people know
then in November 19th, we are going to be bringing in the national repriser of Theodore Roosevelt to the Price Creek Event Center for Teddy Returns, a Theodore Roosevelt Thanksgiving, and this is a dinner theater presentation. Then,
And that's a one man show
Yeah.
with Teddy Rose
Yeah.
as a
Yes.
It's a
as
guy we
Teddy
got to know
Roosevelt.
really
Yeah.
well in Medora, and he is the national guy. He performed at the White House recently and does all of the big stuff for the Roosevelt on the East Coast. Where so he's it'll be a good show for people. Yeah.
then November 24th, we are bringing in a national tour of. It's called Away in the Basement, Church Basement Ladies.
Oh, the
Christmas.
They're back.
basement ladies are
Christmas
back.
tour. Christmas tour. They will be in town for just one day, so they're going to do 2 shows for us. There's going to be a 2 o'clock matinee and a 7 o'clock performance. So the Friday right after Thanksgiving. So hopefully a lot of families will come together, and that'll be part of their Thanksgiving tradition is just to come to Amana and see a show.
Black Friday, perfect day to head to
it
the
is.
church basement.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, we are so excited to be able to bring this to the community because it's just a great family comedy, family musical. We're just, plus we know the people on the tour and the production team, and so like Tom's son is the sound designer. So, and then for December 1st through 3rd, and then 8th through 10th, we are doing It's a Wonderful Life live radio play, and that will be starring Justin Roberts.
Wow. Okay, it is a busy
We
rest
have a
of the
busy
year.
Yeah.
fall winter
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
And we've been also trying to figure out what we're doing next year too. So,
that.
and the school stuff as well. We're doing.
Yeah. Still at Clear Creek doing those shows. So.
Yeah.
It all kicks off on the 7th of October with the Rod Pierson Big Band featuring Craig Boche and the Amana Performing Arts Center. Now, you told me that tickets are going pretty well, but there are still some available. How do people get tickets?
So you can go to either our Facebook page or website, TKM Theatrical Productions, and you can go to the events pages, and ticket links are available there. Otherwise, you can contact me at DeborahKennedy@live.com.
We have a new Facebook page since we've been here.
And there's a new Facebook
there you
page.
are. Yeah.
All right.
Has everything on it?
Website, yeah. And
Or
you-
website.
Their
yeah.
website? Oh, excellent. Excellent. And I'm sure you can also take a look at all the upcoming events that we breezed through pretty quickly, and maybe get those on your calendar too at the same
all
page.
on there.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. Well, good luck with the Big Band show. I'm sure it'll go great. And we don't get a chance to see Rodney's Big Band very often, so definitely take advantage of that.
Very good.
Thanks for being here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:30, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture, or using your favorite podcast app. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.